Welcome, guys, to Wonder Education. Today, we'll be talking about the new August SAT. Today is the first day, so obviously, as you see, it's August 1st. So, we are only 24 days away, guys, from the SAT. And I know that many of you are going to be anxious, many of you are going to be, you know, stressed out about this upcoming SAT. I sure am because I'm actually taking it on August. It's actually the August 25th here. Let me write it down. August 25th. Alright, so over the next 10 days, I'll be making videos on how that kind of like a crash course. Okay, I know you all have heard of crash course, but this is not the crash course. This is me making a little bit of a last minute prep guide for the August 25th SAT. So today is just going to be about the mental preparation. All right, today is all about mental preparation because we need to get everybody's mindset for the next couple of days that are going to come. So today, number one tip is take everything in stride. All right. So I know that if you did take, I think it was the June SAT, maybe the July SAT, I'm not too sure, but there was a recent SAT that did. Uh, it had very low scores. Okay, so I mean everyone who took the SAT was complaining because of the low scores. And I know many of them signed up for this August SAT that in hoping that their scores will get back up. And some people who've signed up for this SAT and heard news about that are extremely out of their mind scared because let's face it, if the same thing happens on this one, then yeah, especially if you're a rising senior, yeah, you're going to be scared because now you only have a 2 month, 3 month window to take the SAT once again before college applications. So, but in my opinion, especially since we live in such a media controlled world and all of that, so because information travels just so fast and then people get to know about other things so quickly, I think we just need to take everything in stride. We cannot be freaking out about what happened on the June SAT. We just need to do our best on this one. So number one thing is take everything in stride. All right, so if you suddenly get to a question on the SAT or you're practicing and you get to a question that you have no idea what it is about. And this is more for practicing because obviously today is the first day. On the last day, I'm going to talk about some last minute tips you can do to kind of get yourself ready. But today is all about the preparation, the mental preparation for the preparation. I know that sounds weird, but believe me, it's going to help. So take everything in stride means in practice, if you do get a question wrong, right? Say you don't get a question right, you don't get that perfect score that you're hoping for in order to be pleased with yourself. It's okay because A, most practice materials are going to be harder than the actual thing. Okay, so most practice is harder than the actual thing. Is harder, and I'm talking about Barron's. If you buy the textbook Barron's, I think the Princeton Review has one. I'm not too sure, but most practice is harder. Makes sense. Harder than the real thing. So, and if you're practicing online, I mean, I know there are websites like Khan Academy, maybe Prep Scholar if you're subscribed to that. Other sites, the practice is going to be harder. The only place where the practice is not going to be harder is the college board official. Like when you go to the actual college board site and sign in, and go to the sample questions and take a practice test. Those questions are going to be reflective of what you see on the real test. But as a caveat, those questions have not been changed for like the past at least minimum of 2 years, because I think 3 years ago was when the new SAT was devised. 2 years ago was when they released practice tests. So I think they have not been changed for 2 years. Most of you who are taking this SAT, you have taken at least the PSAT, the ACT before, and you've probably taken that one practice test, at least glanced at it before. So if you've already expended your resources on the college board, I'm not saying don't do the practice on Khan Academy or Prep Scholar or the Princeton Review or whatever. I'm just saying don't beat yourself up if you get some of it wrong, because most of that is harder than that real thing. Again, I'm on this here's part B here. Let me delete this. So make sure you get that. Okay. So part B is, and you can go back into the video if you didn't get anything, but part B is, so B, the test is divided. Okay, and I'll explain what this means. So I know on Khan Academy, because I practice on Khan Academy personally, each skill has its certain, like, each skill has a bunch of sub skills that you can practice. I think most websites are like that. I've looked at Khan Academy, Princeton Review, stuff like that, and most of the websites offer practice that is very like skill based. So if you don't get a particular skill, it does not mean it's the end of the world. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's just divided. Basically, at max, you are going to see 3 trigonometry questions. And I know trig is probably the hardest concept, especially if you're a junior or sophomore trying to take the SAT. So basically, max of 3 trig. And this is just an example. Max of 3 trig questions. And here's what I really want to get into. SAT is not advanced concepts. Alright, so SAT is not your calculus, trig, or maybe even advanced geometry. Alright, it's more like basic stuff made hard. Okay, so basic made hard. What that means is the SAT integrates various elementary, middle school, freshman year of high school concepts together, and those are like the concepts that you're going to need when you're grown up, doing your taxes, doing a job. Those are the concepts you're going to need, and the SAT really focuses on those concepts in order to give colleges a relative indicator of what you're going to do. Okay, so SAT makes the basic things more advanced. Okay, so it may not give you straight up percentages problems. It may give you kind of a variation. We have to combine percentages, exponents, maybe something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example, but it's going to tell you to combine basic concepts in word problems so that it's harder. So SAT is not advanced. So if you don't get trigonometry, or you don't get the SOHCAHTOA, you don't get anything, you don't have to worry. Okay, so basically the only people who need to worry about getting everything right in trig, they need to stress about every question is overachievers. Alright, my overachievers are the ones who are getting 1560s and above on the SAT and 33s and above on the ACT. So if you're getting, actually not 1560 and above 1560. So if you're getting, so X is greater than 1560. If you're getting 1560, you can get a 1560 without knowing how to do trig or advanced analysis of literature or advanced concepts in math. So if you're getting over 1560, you have to know those concepts, or you can be extremely lucky. I don't know. Or you're getting over a 33 on the ACT. I'm not 33. You can get a 33 on the SAT without knowing some of the advanced concepts, such as the graphs of circles and whatnot. But to get over a 33, you have to know those concepts, or as I said before, you can be extremely lucky. So you only need to stress about all of these if you're an overachiever. Now I know a lot of you who watch my videos are going to be overachievers because you're taking the time out of your valuable day to watch this. Well then, here's my tip for overachievers. Once you've tackled the base subjects down, so once you have tackled base subjects, I shall not write this, I'll just tell you. Once you have tackled the base subjects, try to go to the more advanced topics, okay? So once you have the base topics down, go to the more advanced topics. That's my final tip for today. This has been Wonder Education. I really appreciate everyone watching this. I'll upload another video tomorrow, part 2. So this was 1.